You may be a woman that wants to play Magic the Gathering for the first time. And let me tell you, Magic the Gathering is the best game in the world, which is why I think this video is pretty worthwhile to watch, because many years ago, if you had gone to play Magic the Gathering for the first time, there's a very good chance that you would have been the only woman in the building playing Magic. And today, this is not so much the case. There's a lot more women playing Magic the Gathering now than that was the case back then. However, the reality is that you're entering an environment where men are competing, men and women are competing against one another. And when you're amongst men that are competing, there are certain behaviors amongst men that occur that some men perceive as just normal, right? But as a woman, if you're not used to these behaviors, some of these behaviors, comments, and remarks can be perceived as rude, can be perceived as condescending, can be perceived as generally unpleasant, and generally they may actually be rude, unpleasant, or condescending. However, as a guy, we choose to take these situations a bit differently because we understand the context in which these things are being performed within this competitive environment. So by the end of today's video, you're going to learn a bit of insight into the perspective of men, so that as you go play Magic, if you experience these moments, you understand how to perceive them to keep them from feeling like these moments are personal attacks. And the other day I was playing Magic the Gathering at the store and I cast a creature spell, and sometimes like I don't read what the card does because I just assume everybody at the table knows what it does. So I cast the spell and then I pass a turn, and then the guy to my left goes, "Well, are you gonna read the card?" Like in a really aggressive tone. And I could feel the shift in the entire room when he did that. Like everybody's like, "Oh, like that guy's really mad." And, you know, that leads to me talking to him, attempting to de-escalate the situation, making playful comments. So he understands like I'm not here to argue with you about this stuff. Like, we're playing Magic the Gathering. And I think this is important to tell you this as a guy, because I want you as a female to know like these type of behaviors happen to everybody. People aren't rude to you at a Magic store because you're a female. They're rude because these people are just rude. You know, I've seen women in comment sections type in my videos like, "Oh, I won a game of Commander," and then one of the guys sitting at the table looked at me and was like, "Wow, I didn't think that you'd be able to play so well because you're a girl." And I think like that could be perceived as like passive aggressive and rude, which is totally fair. But I think that when we're talking about the men that behave like this, we're talking about a dude that has no sense to know that that behavior is wrong or rude. So in other words, that dude is most likely rude to everybody. And the reason why a lot of these things are fairly common amongst men is that in our friend groups amongst men, we tend to make fun of one another.
Change your name to McLovin? McLovin? What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What, are you trying to be an Irish R&B singer?
Oh, they let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And you landed on McLovin.
Yeah, I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on Earth. Read a fucking book for once.
Fogel, have you ever actually met anyone named Muhammad?
Have you actually ever met anyone named McLovin?
No, that's why you picked a dumb fucking name.
Fuck you.
Give me that. All right. You look like a future pedophile in this picture, number one. Number two, it doesn't even have a first name. It just says McLovin.
What? What name? What name? Who are you, Seal?
Fogel, this ID says you're 25 years old. Why wouldn't you just put 21, man?
Seth, listen up, ass face. Every day, hundreds of kids go into the liquor store with their fake IDs, and every single one says they're 21. How many 21-year-olds do you think there are in this town? It's called fucking strategy, all right?
Let's stay calm, okay? Let's not lose our heads. It's a fine ID. It's gonna work. It's passable, okay? This isn't terrible. I mean, it's up to you, Fogel. This guy's either gonna think, here's another kid with a fake ID, or here's McLovin, the 25-year-old Hawaiian organ donor. Okay, so what's it gonna be?
I am McLovin.
No, you're not. No one's McLovin. McLovin's never existed because that's a made-up, dumb, fucking fairy tale name, you fuck!
I think that making fun of one another as guys, we do that in a way to be playful towards one another. And even at times when it sounds extremely rude, it's just extremely common behavior. Most guys know or have the sense to understand that, hey, this woman here, I don't really know who she is. Maybe if he knew you really well, he could make fun of you and it would come across as playful. But I think that most guys know that when you're talking to a stranger, you just don't behave that way. You act with a bit more respect. Or even, and I think also with a woman, to know that that may not be what you as a woman are normally accustomed to, so you may not be able to take it the same way that a guy does. Like that guy that was rude to me in what I talked about earlier didn't know me at all. I had never met him before in my life, but he still spoke to me that way. But because I have experience being a guy, like I was able to listen to it and not take it so seriously, because in my brain, I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, this guy has a bunch of friends, or in his family, there are people that are very rude to him. So it's very normal for him to behave in really rude ways to other people, because that's how he's used to being treated. When you're dealing with the men that are unaware that they're being rude, listen, there's nothing that you can do to get them to stop that behavior other than to call it out. You know, you could say something in response like, hey, like, I don't know if you were trying to be mean or rude when you said that, but to me that came across as condescending or rude. Is this how you meant it? Generally, they will always walk it back. And then now that guy has now become a person that has the sense to know that maybe I shouldn't be talking that way or coming across that way in certain situations. I can do hundreds of videos talking about male behavior for the perspective of a woman, so that you just understand how they're thinking, so that it kind of deletes the negativity behind their perceivably rude actions, so that it just becomes a much more like relaxed environment. And I think which makes the game just be about the game, so it's just more fun. Okay, and if there's a topic you want me to talk about in the future, you can leave that in the comment section below and I will make that video. Okay, always remember, everybody, eat healthy, work out every single day, and most important, y'all gotta remember to believe in yourself. All right, peace out, people.